Twist, what you laughing at, man? This shit about to be legendary, y'all, for real.
Welcome back to Loft Podcast, Loft TV, the Law of Entertainment, the Law of Productions. We have a relentless, intelligent, creative human being in the building right now. But before we introduce this special guest, we're going to introduce the room. We got the one and only Stretch in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So right now, K Twist is not around. He's in LA and he's coming back with some big news. So I just want to congratulate my brother before it's even announced.
Yeah, big shout out to Twist, man.
Big shout out to Twist. He's a blessing. I saw his long road and I'm proud of him.
I am K Twist for today.
Yes, sir. Again. But the man of the hour, the man of the day, man of the year.
Man of the year.
We got Ed Blackshear. Let's clap it up. Yes, sir. How are you, King?
Chilling, man. Chilling, you know.
So, this was an overdue podcast.
Yeah. Real overdue.
Real overdue. I feel like your schedules never aligned, but it worked out perfectly today. First, I want to say congratulations on your new child.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
How's fatherhood been for you so far?
Fatherhood is awesome.
Yeah?
It's the best thing ever happened to me. Outside of my wife.
Wow.
Best thing ever happened to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a deeper conversation. Before we get into anything, when you were a kid, did you think fatherhood would be this fun or this nice?
Nah, I actually didn't want to have no kids.
Really?
Yeah. I thought I was gonna be out here in these streets.
Really?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Before I met my wife,
Yeah.
and she could attest to this. Like I literally was trying to just be a bachelor.
Really?
Yeah. I came from a big, like my family's big.
Yeah. Yo, no, we
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
Half your family
big.
watching this right now.
Yeah.
The whole city.
Yeah. So my family's big. You know, my grandmother has 16. My grandmother has 16 kids here in Utica.
That's wild.
Yeah. So from them, I got a lot of cousins. You know,
Yeah.
and we grew up. You know, old school, like everybody inside grandma's house. Like,
Yeah.
like I be seeing this picture on Facebook.
Yeah.
They be having people sleeping on the floor, on the
Wow.
couch. You know, old school like that. That's really how we
So
grew
original,
up. But
yeah.
but I came from that. And I was like, I don't really want no kids and be
Really?
like that. You know what I mean? But you know, you change.
Yeah, you met
know?
the right one that made you change your
Yeah,
mindset.
yeah.
I love that. Because I ain't going to lie. Everybody I meet is like, yeah, Ed's my cousin. I'm like,
Nah.
dang. You got so much family, bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fire.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I got both sides, my mother and father.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always both sides running around here.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you are, to me, like, I got to sit down with Wes, but you and Wes, you both are like mentors.
Mm-hmm.
So in that being said, I like to like start off with this. Like, what does Utica mean to you?
Utica is what made me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really like a staple. Like no matter how far away I travel away from here and live from here,
Mm-hmm.
it's always gonna be like the core of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it literally when they say it takes a village to raise a child, like
Yeah.
this village literally raised me.
Okay.
Like the person you see today is
Yeah.
because I grew up in Utica.
Yeah.
Like literally from elementary school, you know, from before elementary school, crazy because a lot of my coaches I ended up playing ball for and football for.
Mm-hmm.
They was around when I was like first, second grade. So a lot of the things that they taught me in first, second grade, they taught me in fifth, sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade. You know, so like a lot of my basketball, football coaches instilled things in me at the same time that my parents were.
Yeah.
And then the people around sports really for me kind of helped shape me. So that's why I say this town really like literally raised me. Like but even growing up in Cornhill on the blocks, the moms around, you know, I learned a lot of things from the moms. A lot of the mothers, like women taught me a lot of things in this town.
Yeah.
Like men taught me things through sports.
Yeah.
But like to be like I think about myself now, like I got a daughter now, you know, and I'm married, like the things, the feelings, and the way I feel about women come from the women around this town that taught me things. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Were you at Blackshear as a teenager? Were you hard headed? How were you
Nah.
growing up?
I mean, I one thing that I can say is I always listen.
I love that.
I always listen. I grew up around. My grandmother raised me.
Okay.
My grandmother raised me until 10 years old. She passed away, and then early on in life, my parents had like their little issues. So I grew up with my grandmother till 10. She passed away, and then my aunt finished me off until I graduated and left the house and stuff like that. So, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You good? So like growing up, were you like? Because I feel like as a teenager.
Oh, you said am I was a hard headed? Yeah. Nah.
Most folks want to listen. So you were listening.
So like my grandmother, like I was saying, my grandmother, she was an old soul. So like I was always around. By me growing up there, all my aunts and uncles always came to visit her. Yeah. So all those older people, I got a really great relationship with my aunts and uncles. Like if you talk to me and like a lot of my cousins that I grew up that I'm really tight with, my aunts and uncles are like legends to us.
I love that.
Like super legends to us. So a lot of things that I grew up around watching them and doing and hearing them say to me, I always listen. And every time I listen, good things happen to me.
Yeah.
So I always took myself as a person. I'm gonna listen to anybody elder or anybody who has more information than me. Yeah. So I never was hard headed. I
love that.
I mean, only thing I was hard headed about was hanging around the wrong people probably early on in life.
Really?
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I was hard headed around because you grew up in a neighborhood and your friends is your friends in your close proximity. So
Nah, true. I used to. That's a real factual statement where I used to be like, until it set in with me, but I wasn't hard headed in a sense. I was kind of just like you, but my mom would be like, "Don't hang around him." I'm like, "Ma, you don't even understand. Like that's my boy. That's my dog." And my mom would be like, "No, don't hang around him." Until something happens, I'm just like, you was right.
Yeah.
You was definitely right.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I was hard headed around. Just I grew up in the hood. The hood just was around me. Just like you interview Wesley, same thing. Me and Wesley grew up around each other, doing the same stuff.
So let's get into your accolades, man. You have a lot. You have a lot, and you are such. That's why I call you a mentor. You're such a humble person. Like you do so much, and you're involved in so many things that, as much as you do for yourself, you do for the community just as much. So like, instead of me listing it off, what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a businessman.
Yeah, definitely.
I do have an ATM business. I don't actually have ATMs anymore. When COVID hit, I kind of just like basically sold them. Yeah, because
ATM business is big though. We gotta get into that. The ATM business where, well, you explain it.
Yeah. ATMs, it's just wherever there's places like high cash places. Usually you place one there, and you get paid off the transaction. People taking out your money out the ATM. Yeah, basically.
Love.
Yeah. So I was doing that for a little while. Well, my main thing is real estate. My main thing is real estate. I'm an investor. For the past since 2000, end of 2017, I started getting into real estate. Yeah. I started wholesaling. Anybody don't know what wholesaling is? You're basically selling agreements between you and a seller to other buyers.
Why is wholesale real estate so unknown to the general public?
It's just like around here, it's not known because it's not like televised, and it's like more people are. It's more like people push being a realtor, like if you're gonna sell a house, or that's why a lot of people don't know that you don't need a license to do all the stuff that I do. Yeah. I don't have a license. No. So a lot of people think you need a license to get into real estate. Nah.
Really?
So it's like you don't need a license to buy and sell houses.
Yeah,
you don't. I mean, you could just be somebody who's looking for houses, and you end up stumbling upon people.
Yeah.
So that's really I got started doing that. I was thinking about something before I got here too. I wanted to tell people. Yeah. Getting into real estate a lot of people, because I've literally ran across a lot of people that want to wholesale. Yeah. And I don't really do it that much anymore. I try to keep what I run into now. Early on, like after my first 3 deals, I probably should have started keeping all of them. Yeah. Because I wholesale like probably over like 20
Wow.
30 houses over past like since 2018. 2017, I was just like getting into it.
Yeah.
2018, I made it a real business.
Yeah.
And I started really, really getting into it and really actually wholesaling houses. And I probably between them and here, then now, I probably hosted over like 20, 30 houses.
Wow.
But like majority of those, I probably should have kept them. They were so good. So it was so much good deals. I should have just kept them. Should have just kept them, man.
Yeah.
Any advice I give to somebody is you start wholesaling, like, it generates you some extra cash for where you can start buying, actually buying properties, but keep a lot of those. Because, I mean, to be honest with you, I'd probably be up.
Yeah.
I'd probably be up $1 million
Really?
in real estate if I would have just kept them.
Wow.
Because I got them for such good prices. Why would I sell it to somebody for $10,000?
And the housing market was better, obviously.
Yeah. So like 10,000, that quick 10,000 ain't worth not getting $70,000 in equity.
Yeah.
So.
But what made you do that first leap into real estate? Like, what's thinking? Like,
I had a son. I had a son. That's what happened. Like, cause I also work at National Grid. That's my full-time job.
Yeah, you do so much, dog.
Yeah, I've been there 14 years.
Yeah,
been there since I was 21, and I'm right now I'm a electrical lab tech there. But I was just doing that. You know, I was making good money doing that. You know, just me and my wife. Then I was getting ready to have a son, and a switch went off.
Yeah,
something went off in my brain. Like,
so it's time.
You know, like I wasn't thinking about no type of wealth plays, no type of extra money plays. I was like, I'm work here maybe 30 years and retire.
Yeah.
Then when my son was coming, something went off. I'm like, yo, I don't got no assets to pass to this kid. Yeah. We was just in the process of buying our first house. So I was like, I don't have no assets to pass to this kid. I didn't even have life insurance. You know, like my mind wasn't even there.
Yeah.
But then my son was coming. He like changed everything for me.
Perspective change.
Yeah, whole thing, whole life change. That's why I say fatherhood is crazy, because
that's beautiful.
He literally him coming. Yeah. Literally changed me.
It ignited
forever.
Something in you.
Yeah.
I feel as if that's beautiful, because you are definitely, like, I say this, you are a mentor, bro. You practice what you preach, and I don't know how to go into more detail about it, because I follow you in a sense. You and Wes, I always say this. I give my flowers where they're here. You guys actually do everything you should be doing as a father. Like, you do everything you should be doing. You have your hands in so many businesses to pass on to your child, which I want to be able to do myself one day. So like the fact that I can get knowledge from you, and like that one day I was on a call with you and my brother, and we were just talking, you just dropping knowledge from me, and I'm just like, yo. I think I probably asked you this, like, why are you such a good guy? Like, why are you like, like, it's rare. Like, some people like to keep knowledge for themselves, but you were just willing to be like, yo, if you have any questions, just call me up. Yeah. And I'm like, but why? Like, I know why I'm a good person, because I'm a good person. But when other people are good people, I just wonder, like, why are you such a good dude?
Yeah, it all stems from my grandmother and my aunt.
Yeah.
They're like if you know my grandma, if you knew my grandma,
yeah.
She was such a kind, like anybody who I run into who knew her, she's like, yo, she's such a kind lady. Like, she literally like I said, I grew up like, literally we slept on floors. Like, I didn't have a bedroom until I was like 12. Wow. Because we all just lived there. Like, all of us, like grandkids, we lived there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but she was kind. Like, she would be like, she would never tell nobody no.
Yeah.
And she will always like look to help people. You know, she didn't have everything, but you know, she gave what she did, and she was like always like this. My aunt Bernice, shout out to my aunt Bernice, or Reverend Bernice Brown. Bernice Brown. She got that same aura. Like I'm big on energy. Yeah, I'm big on energy in the atmosphere and stuff like that. Yeah, and my aunt Bernice got the same energy as my grandma. Yeah, and my grandma always like peaceful and calm and always like willing to help people. Yeah, so that literally stems from her, because she always was willing to help somebody no matter what. Just follow suit. Yeah,
I love that. So at your age now, at your mindset, at your time period in life. What do you think is the definition of happiness?
Definition of happiness to me is just peace. It's just peace. Just peace of mind. And also doing what you want to do. Yeah. Being able to do what you want to do. Yeah. Like right now, I'm getting to a peaceful I'm at peace because I live a very like discreet, simple life. You knew me in like 2010, 2011. I was out here wilding. I was out here. You know what I mean? So partying, running around. But then when I settled down my wife and stuff like that, got a sense of peace. You know, my energy was different out here. So that's kind of my happiness. Just being peaceful, just me, my family, a few friends, that's really peace. That's really happiness for me. And also being able to do what I want to do. So I'm like not 100% there because I really don't want to work a job for forever.
Respectfully, yeah.
So that's another part of my peace is being able to do exactly whatever you want to do when you want to do it.
Yeah.
So that's happiness for me.
I love that. What is your definition of happiness, Stretch? If you had to put in simple, I like asking this question because everybody's happiness is different.
Yeah.
I would have to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
I look at happiness as being peace. Waking up every day, being able to do things I want to do. Making sure my son is good.
Yeah.
Like I get happy just by seeing him happy, honestly.
Yeah. Facts.
So, it's just little things like that I view as an overall happiness.
Yeah.
A lot of different pieces go into the overall picture, I think. So,
yeah, I can agree with that. Peace does bring me joy. I like when things are peaceful. I do like busy though.
Mm-hmm. I like busy too.
Yeah.
I like busy too. I don't like slow motion.
Yeah.
I don't like slow motion. I like today.
Mm-hmm.
Like today. I pretty much came here in the morning. I live in Syracuse, but I pretty much came here in the morning and I've been busy just looking at houses all day.
Yeah.
But that's a busy day for me, and then after here, I'm gonna go home, be with I'm here with you.
Yeah.
And after here I'm gonna run and go be with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll probably after they all go to sleep, like literally right when they all go to sleep, I'm gonna be doing ads for my business.
Love that.
I'll be doing letters myself.
Yeah.
Setting up a plan for how I'm gonna advertise the following week. That's that's a busy day.
Every day, but you find that peaceful.
Yeah. The routine is pretty peaceful, and it's like you said. I like practicing when I preach.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle Steve, he also has been there. It's a big like father type figure to me.
Yeah.
He always told me to show and prove.
Yeah.
Like when I started playing basketball, like organized ball in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
I was really good. So, but I had got to like an all-star. If you know from Utica, Dick Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I played Dick Miller. I got to all-stars, and there was some other kids that was as good as me.
Yeah.
When we started playing all-stars. Because our team was dominant.
Yeah.
Our team was dominant. We didn't lose no games until we got 9th grade. Like we all stayed together till we won sectionals in at Proctor.
Oh, that's fire.
Like pretty much the same team, same
That's
players.
fire.
But from like 5th grade to 9th grade, we didn't lose any games. Like we literally lost no games. But when I played all stars with other players, it was other kids that was as good. So my uncle used to tell me like, "Yo, like I had a bad game one time." He was like, "What's up with you?" I was like, "I want to be better than the rest of those kids."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Don't just talk about it. I mean, you got to show and prove."
Yeah.
I mean, you got to show and prove. So like for me, that's been like my motto my whole life is showing and proving, and that's a sense of peace to me too. And I know I'm not just talking about what I'm doing. I actually put the work in. That's like a sense of peace for me to be busy doing that.
Yeah. So for now, like, there's certain people I go to for like certain advice, etc. Who's your person that you find now that you're older, you have your own family? Who's your person that you find advice from, or you just go from your experiences now?
I kind of go from my experience, which is what's crazy about I talk about this with actually I do got somebody I do tap into now, a little older. Shout out my man Eddie. My man Eddie from Connected.
Oh yeah, the bro.
Yeah.
Wise dude.
Yeah. So I tap in with him a lot. Me and him, we've been real super he like a big brother to me
Yeah.
over the last few years. Like so, he's probably somebody I'll call. He called me. We talk like once a week,
Yeah.
and I get a lot of advice and a lot of game from him because he's been around. He's been around like a lot of different places. So shout out to my boy Eddie. He's probably somebody who I call. But like, what would be crazy is though, before I met him, there was a lot of times where I'm looking around like, and I'm gonna expand on this too because as of recent, I kind of like changed a little bit.
Okay.
A lot of stuff in the last 2 years changed me a little bit.
Yeah.
So, I've always felt like I was climbing the ladder, getting somewhere, and I really was couldn't find nobody who was like here to where I could confide in. So I'm just just like going through things, and I'm just learning. I'm failing forward on my own.
Yeah.
So I never really had nobody for a lot of years. Like once once your parents are at a certain level, and like your aunts and uncles are at a certain level, but then you're trying to surpass them now. Like you can't really talk to them.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a lot of
that's real.
yeah. It's like
that's definitely real.
You know, you can't really talk to them. Like you could talk to them about like
Life advice.
yeah, like maybe being a father or stuff like that. But like in a business, you know, stuff like that, you really can't talk to them. You know,
I agree wholeheartedly. I've definitely, basically what you were saying, I've definitely been to the same spot where what you're saying, where you got to a point where you want to look at someone that's either ahead of you or on the same path.
Yeah,
where you can like open up with them, like, yo, we're going through this. How did you go through this?
Yeah.
But you didn't have anybody, and I've been there exact shoes where I'm just
everybody's asking me questions.
Yeah.
Trying to confide in me, and I'm like, where's my mentor at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I've been exactly there, and I'm not sure what I did. I'm trying to think what I did. Or did you met Ed? That's what.
Yeah. I met Eddie and he, you know, we got similar personalities. We got a lot of similar thoughts on a lot of certain things, and I confided him some on a lot of different things.
Yeah.
You know, so he kind of like I said, a big brother figure to me because like me, I got older cousins. You know, people like that. That's you know, I look at them for certain things, but like Eddie probably like really big bro. Like we vibe on something different. You know what I mean, so that's probably the only person who I could say I could talk to who's at a level that I would want to get to.
Yeah.
That I could really talk to. Like before that, it was kind of hard. Which that kind of stuff kind of changed me. Like I do help the community and stuff like that. Help people a lot, but a lot of people drain me over the last couple years.
You want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, so like
you've done before we just roll over this. You've done so much for the community. You've done toy drives. You've done like give backs. You do something every year at least that you're doing something. Why?
Because I love people.
Yeah,
I love people. I love the city, of course, Utica.
Yeah,
you know, but I love the people. I love the people, you know, and growing up. My Uncle James, he had a community center here at Cosmopolitan Center. If you've been around Utica forever, you know what that is.
Oh my goodness. You just brought me back. Bro.
Yeah.
Yo, the Cosmo was a spot.
Yeah.
They had everything from video games to playing basketball.
Word.
Man, then met pool, foosball. It was the spot every day after school. Everybody's at the Cosmo.
That's
man.
fire.
Yeah, man. So my uncle,
they don't have something like that out here now.
Nah. So he ran it for like 20 plus years.
20 years.
Yeah. So and I used to always be there, you know. But I used to spend a lot of close time with him before he passed away in 2000. And he's big in the community. Like even to this day, people who find out that my last name is Blackshear. They be like, they start talking about him to me, and I'm like, yo, this dude been gone for like 22 years. He still left a
legacy.
Mark. Yeah, he still left a mark. So, so like a lot of things that I do for the community kind of stem from, I want to continue his legacy around here. Because I love the city, and always growing up, always wanted to think of like, what can I do to help people? Like I growing up, I didn't have a lot, but as I started progressing. Making more money and start figure out certain things. I'm like, how can I reach back and help other people? Yeah. Maybe influence another kid to be like, yo, don't be in the streets. Maybe do this. So I always kind of look at the town and think of it that way, and how could I always reach back, because literally right at this time right now, over the last few years, I've been noticing in this city that there's not a lot of when I was 15, the 30-year-olds who I was looking at,
Yeah.
they was selling drugs. They was on the corners.
Yeah.
Back then they was on the corners. Those are people who I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Those are people who had the money. Those people who had who dressed nice and had some type of influence in the community.
Mm-hmm.
So that was going around. That was going on for a long time. So now I'm 34.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to influence those 15, 14-year-olds.
Respectfully.
I mean, like you said, Wes, we want to influence those kids that was our age, because we could have been into some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was like literally nothing. You look around, it was like literally the 30-year-olds who was like we thought was cool. Not a lot of them were doing positive things.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's pretty much why I kind of move how I move around here, because I want to influence the next generation to do even better, even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Even more than whatever it is we're doing right now.
So now we got to Ed does a lot, man. Every time I see an event, Ed's like, "Yo, Rich, I got this going on. You want to be a part of it?" I'm just like, "Yo, bro, you're a good guy. I don't know, you're just a good guy." But how did you get to the point or to the wall or to the realization that some people drain you? How did that occur?
Yeah, man, because I'm always gonna help the community.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna do that. It's a lot of it's some good stuff cooking up right now. We got some good
Love
stuff.
that. Just let me know.
Some
Okay.
big stuff cooking.
I'll definitely love to be a part of it.
Some big huge stuff.
Just let me know.
Yeah, coming. So I'm always gonna be and have a hand in and do everything I can. I'm always gonna throw events, stuff like that. You know, I'm always gonna do that. But I kind of gave my energy to so many people that some people took it. I put my energy into the wrong people.
I feel that.
And it drained me pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like mentally it drained me pretty bad. So that's one thing I could give advice to anybody. You don't have to help everybody. Everybody can't be helped. Everybody can't come.
Respectfully.
Everybody can't come. Like business wise, I feel like my business would be probably like 5 times better if I didn't put my energy into certain people. You know what I mean? Because as I'm coming up, I'm trying to. I seen that I started making money and I started making some type of moves.
Yeah.
I was trying to bring people along with me that I probably should have just left them there. And they wouldn't have drain some of my energy. Because I'm super huge on energy. I'm super huge on energy. So if you take my energy away,
yeah,
I really can't mess with you more after that.
But as you say that, sometimes us that we have positive energy and we have that hustle mentality, we don't always realize that we're being drained.
You don't until you get to a point where you get smacked in the face.
Yeah, and then it's like, dang, you have that realization, like you said, you're like, dang, I would have been if I just let that. How do you, if you want to give advice to me and to folks watching, how do you realize that you're being drained?
Son, you just one day you just get smacked in the face. You literally you go to do something and your motivation is low.
Yeah.
And you just feel it. You just feel it in your heart and in your body. You just feel like, yo, I got to sit down for a little while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it's like that, 'cause me, I'm a busy person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm always running around my son and my family and, work, business. I'm always running around. So, but when it comes to a point where I'm like, yo, I gotta reevaluate my life.
Yeah.
When it hit you and you just feel like you gotta reevaluate your life, that's when you start thinking, yo, I gave this person that. I did this for them. And they never reciprocated the same energy.
The hands ain't wash each other.
Yeah. So you start realizing that. Once you start realizing that, and then you reevaluate yourself. Now I'm kind of back on a level balance where I'm
okay.
I'm kind of back to myself.
Yeah.
For maybe a year and a half, I was not myself. I was moving around like myself, still doing what I gotta do. But for a while, I was feeling like I was out of myself. I feel like I was watching myself do
wow, that's
like
real.
a lot lot of stuff that's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the
You
same
were
time,
just living. We
yeah,
weren't living.
yeah, it wasn't living like
Yeah.
how I usually move.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm still doing decent business and doing great at work. You know, my family's all right, but they also feel it a little bit.
Yeah.
They also feel it a little bit because my attitude be off. Because I'm pretty a laid back dude.
Yeah. Super.
But sometimes I'll go home. I'll be just tight,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wouldn't talk to nobody, and it be like a twice a week thing. I'd be like, yo, that's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I'm kind of back to where
I love that.
I am, but that just came from allowing other people to take from me,
That's real. I think similar in the sense of like we're giving folks.
Mm-hmm.
So like the giving folks, I know for myself, I can never realize when I'm giving too much.
Mm-hmm. You
I
really
just,
don't.
I just want to give.
Yeah.
But I know when, and I also know for you, I can probably speak for you in this. Like when we give, we're not expecting anything back.
Yeah, never.
But there is a sense of when you give and the person's just taking and taking, taking.
Yeah.
And you just like, wait, now like I should be getting some type of reciprocation or some type of energy back that makes me want to give more, but instead it's draining me.
Yeah.
So that's real where I gotta, for myself, I think in my life right now that I'm in a good spot, but I feel like I am giving a lot more than I should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta realize which part needs to be removed or
yeah. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and just reevaluate things.
That's
you know what I mean? Like you got your boys.
Yeah.
Like me, I have had my same group of friends for years.
Yeah.
For years and years and years. You know what I mean? So
it's gonna be the same for the gang.
Yeah. But outside of my circle,
yeah,
I gave certain people like things and energy that I probably shouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like, cause my circle, we stay solid. I never get a sense of I'm getting drained outside my circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why when I meet somebody like you guys are solid guys. I take relationships serious.
Yeah.
I take my energy and the energy other people are giving me. I take it pretty serious because the bad relationships that I got into, like I said, over the past like year and a half or probably 6 months prior to how I feel now.
Yeah.
I kind of was trying to just be too nice, like what you start realizing like all business ain't good business. All relationships you don't need them just because they are a certain type of person.
Respectfully,
like,
and not all dollar signs you need.
Yeah. Not just dollar signs, just like a certain type of person. You just don't really need that. Even though you might want to help them, you don't need to help them. Like, they might not want to help themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They really got to prove. People really got to prove this.
No, that was real.
Yeah. They really got to prove this.
Now, I feel like you speaking to me right now. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. But you are totally right. You got to prove that you want the help in a sense.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah, they really got to prove, like, really, like, for me, in order for you to get something up out of me in 2022 and beyond, you gotta be really, like, prove yourself that you're that you really about it. That you really about whatever it is that you're saying. And we got to be on the same wavelength, same frequency. Like, if you not that and I feel that, I mean, then that's just, you got to stay over there and I'm going to stay over here. And maybe you will come up on these wavelengths. Yeah. And we could do things in the future. But as of now, I got 2 kids. Yeah. I got a wife.
Love that.
And I'm trying to be a millionaire in 3 years. You know what I mean? Like literally, like I'm laser focused on what I'm doing. Yeah. So like, if I feel like you're gonna hinder that, then we can't be around. We can't hang. Like, I'll say hi, I'll dap you up. But
how did you get your priorities so straight?
Like, my kids.
Love that.
My wife. Like, my wife is my complete rock. I mean, she my complete.
That was beautiful, bruh.
Yeah, like, this ship don't run without her.
Love that.
Like, literally, this ship don't run without her. Like, when I started doing business, I mean, shout out to her, man. Shout out to her because she literally allowed me to go out here and spend time away from her and my son and just run around.
Yeah.
For all these years, though. I've been doing this for like all these years. Like, I'm present in my family's lives and my son's life for sure. But at times, you gotta make a little sacrifices for time and run around. I gotta run around and do different things.
Provide.
You know what I mean? So, but she's a great mother, and she allows me to do that. She holds the house down.
Yeah.
I mean, this ship really does not run without her. Like, she's literally my backbone.
I love
like
that.
100% my backbone. So that's literally how I'm able to do all these things. Is literally her.
That's fire.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, if I didn't have a family, I'd be nothing. I'd just be somebody who works somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be in the community like that. Like they literally give me motivation. Like I've always done things in the community, but not on the level that I'm doing now. Because they literally motivated me to do other things.
Yeah.
I mean, and other things just fell into my lap.
Yeah.
And more things just fall into my lap because my wife allows me to do these things. You know what I mean?
So, wow. So you said growing up, you saw yourself as being a regular, working, retire.
Mm-hmm.
And once the family stepped, and you said you didn't even plan on getting married.
Nah, I ain't planning on having no kids, getting married, none of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's beautiful. Yeah. I think your story is beautiful.
I
think
it's beautiful. So if you 21, 20, and you thinking a certain way about females and families and stuff like that, like don't even take it with a grain of salt because you will change. A woman will change you. Mm-hmm. A kid might change you. Something gonna change you, and you're gonna be different in the future. Yeah,
that's fine. I like that.
Yep.
A little hope right there.
Yeah.
So, on top of that, we also, what made you create? What made you contact me and say, "Yo, Rich, let's do a panel"?
Yeah. So, because first of all, you're good at this.
Okay.
You're good at this.
Thank you.
Like me and my man Jeff. We have a podcast. Mm-hmm. We getting ready to come back soon. 2BPOB. We be back.
Yeah, now I like that too.
Very
Jeff
soon.
is dope.
Very soon. But but you're good at this. You're good at this. I'm not a natural talker. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, I'm not a natural talker.
It seems like you are.
Yeah, like I'm very like reserved, and I'm not a natural talker. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now I talk more because I talk to people in business. When I was younger, I used to just be so quiet and focus on other things that I wasn't focused on talking to people. You know what I mean? So as I started doing business, I got more comfortable, and now I just talk now.
Yeah.
What did you ask me again?
So what was the creation? Like, why did we do that panel?
Oh yeah.
This was all started from you.
So you do this. I knew you do this good, but also I feel like there's a need right now for all those people that we had on the panel. I feel like there's a need for that group to come together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's something there's like a disconnect between this community.
No, it is.
I mean, it's like a huge disconnect between the young, the middle age, and the older.
Yeah.
Like the older people are like they're over there.
Yeah,
like they
total different.
Like they want to help the community.
Yeah. But
they really can't. They're like there's some older folks that are in positions to actually change things.
Yeah.
They've been around so long and people know them for what they do.
Yeah.
But they're so far out the loop.
Yeah.
In this community. And kids in general, kids and even middle-aged people in general, they're so far out the loop that they have no idea how to even communicate, how to even start the conversation.
Yeah.
So I figured that by doing that panel, we could kind of bring a few different perspectives and ages of people together and have a conversation, and maybe the people in the room all the people in the room do something in the community.
Yeah.
They come together maybe and do things outside of the panel, but also when people watch the panel, the little series, that they'll get something out of it, and maybe they'll want to have the conversation with us more, or try to reach out to the people that are on that panel and try to do more, and we could start trying to close these gaps and get the communication, because the younger kids when I see now, they don't like they on a different
total different wave.
Like they're different wave, like they're you got to communicate with them different, like you got to learn them different, like they got the internet, and it's way different. Like we had the internet when I was like 15, 16, but we was like, it was like MySpace, AIM. It wasn't this level. So like the things that so those things weren't like taking over our lives. We still
Yeah.
played outside, you know, like
Respectfully,
it's different.
outside all the time.
So like these kids now, they got the internet, Facebook, you know what I'm saying, TikTok,
Yeah.
I mean, all that stuff, Instagram, they got all that stuff. So you got to communicate with them different.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like there's a big, huge disconnect on how to reach them.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody around here, like I love basketball too, but everybody thinks you got to throw a basketball tournament to stop the violence.
That's true.
That's not it. I mean, we gotta. I mean, we gotta. I mean,
That's
we gotta.
true.
We gotta do something else.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we gotta try to really communicate on something else.
Yeah.
Cause there's kids that like music. There's kids that like. There's a lot of kids that like music.
Yeah.
I mean, kids that like art. Like you don't even know.
That's a big way to connect for now because a lot of kids do express themselves unknowingly. They just probably just want to hop on a wave, but they do express themselves through music and through artistry. So I feel like we need to, in a sense, where I just thought of this just now, we need to, in a sense, like create a workshop where all the producers I know, all the musicians I know, I'm talking to y'all that's watching, we need to, in a sense, create a spot where we record them, we let them express. I don't know. I feel like
that's fire. Yeah, that's fire. Because I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Because there's we could talk about this off camera, but I was thinking about this too, because I feel like there's a lot of kids that love music.
Yeah.
And they don't really have obviously the funds or the means that to record, or maybe they're thinking about it in their mind, but it also give you a chance to be around somebody that you could be with a mentor.
Yeah, you're educated. Yeah,
you could be with a mentor that steer you in a different direction.
We should definitely do that. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I could see it already.
Yeah.
I know so many artists, so many producers, so many engineers that this should be something easy to be done.
Yeah, literally, because literally it's not just like literally for some reason they think we just like that's why I said we need to get all these. I wanted to get people together to talk about things other than doing a basketball tournament to bring people together and stuff like that. Like I want to do something. I want us to do something different because the kids nowadays they like different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so.
Nah, that panel was beautiful. It was something that I did. Being that people think I know everybody, I literally knew like probably 3 people in that room.
Yeah, shout out my guy Ricky Turner. He helped me put that together as well.
Love that. Yeah, big bro.
Not Ricky. Sorry, Ricky Turner. Ricky Curry.
Ricky Curry.
Yeah.
Big bro. He definitely helped with the video too, and he has some wise words on that panel as well. But it's crazy how much of a disconnect it was. I didn't really know that many people in there. I was meeting people, and we all are in this community, so it's kind of crazy that we're not tapped in as much as we should be. So I agree. I feel like the conversation would definitely be talked about.
For sure.
So yeah. So what's your quick words or advice to the youth?
Stay focused. Be yourself. Be yourself, and block out the outside noise.
Yeah.
Because me, like I said, I was never hard-headed. I was hard-headed around, like I said, around about the people I hung around.
Yeah.
But but when I was like, if you knew me through my time growing up, I was always laser. Like when I lock in on something, like you just gotta watch out because I'm locked in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like even like when I was in high school, you didn't go to Proctor, but if you walk Proctor hallways when I was in high school, there was like a middle section where like all the quote unquote cool people hung out and all that. Like I could have been there because like all my friends were there. I could have been hanging out, middle of class, stuff like that. Like I was an athlete, like I was a well-known athlete. But I always like school. I never liked school.
Okay.
You know what I mean, I do have an associate's degree. I got as far as getting an associate's degree, but I didn't like school.
Yeah.
So I was there to play. I was there to graduate, but play sports. So I always wanted to make my parents proud by getting some type of good grades and being good enough to where I can play basketball and football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so I was always laser focused by just not hanging out. I'm saying I hang out sometimes, because my friends is my friend, but I was always laser focused on what I wanted to do.
You had a goal.
I had a goal. Each level I got in my life, always had a goal. I'm saying elementary school, I was like, all right, I want to be a good basketball player. I was laser focused all summer long. We playing ball at James Street, on James Street, Kimball Park. I would be there all summer long. When I got middle school, I wanted to be I started playing football. Then I ended up being better in football.
Yeah.
I was laser focused and locked in on that. That was like a goal. These are like goals, like small things I just locked in my brain. It's like I'm gonna do this.
So you basically say, I wish I was told this when I was younger. Basically, set small goals for yourself. To stay on path.
And I lock in on that, and it'll keep me away from certain things. So that's what I want. So if I give any advice to the youth, that's what you got to do. Lock in on one thing and then block everything else out. Like things are gonna come at you. Things are gonna come at you. Like especially growing up around here, such a small town. Things are coming at you. There's gonna be other people, other kids, even adults that are gonna be trying to put things in your hands and have you do things and put ideas at you knowingly and unknowingly, giving you ideas. You know, those things are gonna be around you. But if you lock in on certain things, like you go overcome the things that that are around here. Yeah. You know, the small victories, the small victories. I always locked in on the small victories, but they always turned into big victories after I got through them because I locked in on them so much that I love that. You know,
no, I need to do that. I feel like that still applies to now. If you set small goals. Like for myself, I set small daily routine goals for myself to accomplish throughout the day. So I feel like I'm productive. I feel like...
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I feel like once I got to a certain age, the word productive is so important.
Yeah.
Like if I don't have a productive day, I feel like, I didn't do nothing today.
Yeah.
I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And I feel mopey. But when I have a productive day, I feel light. I feel like, okay,
yeah, like you accomplished it.
Yeah,
like you got through it. Yeah, like the small, like I said, the small victories. When you get to the small victories, it grows you.
Yeah,
I mean, even the adversity in you, when you're locking on that stuff, you go into adversity, and you get through it on the other side.
Yeah,
you become a different person on the other side.
Exactly.
Each obstacle.
Yeah,
I love the obstacles. Some people don't like obstacles.
I like the challenge.
Yeah, so some people don't like obstacles. That's the thing. That's the thing with even kids. They like the like right now. My son, he don't like, I played football, basketball, and I was all right. Mm-hmm. My son don't really like those. He likes baseball, and he's all right.
Yeah, that's
I could see he's good.
Yeah.
He's like a naturally good, like
I love that
baseball type player. So like right now, I'm teaching him to not quit. Mm-hmm. So like when he's striking out, not hitting the ball, he likes to try to just like, I'm done.
Give up.
You know what I mean? So like right now, I'm instilling in him that you can't quit on anything because the obstacles are gonna make you better. Yeah. Like yesterday, I'm pitching to him. I pitched to him like 100 pitches. Yeah. He probably realistically only hit like 10 of them really good, but his form and all that is good. So that's the only thing I'm focusing on.
Respectfully.
So, but he wanted to quit like most of the time.
Yeah.
So, but he realized once the 10 that he hit good, after we got in the car and we're driving home, he like Daddy, he's like, Daddy, I didn't quit. And he's smart. He like Daddy, I didn't quit.
I ain't gonna be. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go. What you want to eat?
He like Daddy, I didn't quit. He's like, I hit a few really good. And I was like, wow, this dude, he listening, but kids you don't know they listening until they say something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you think they just you telling them stuff and they just you just talking to a wall sometimes, but they
one ear out the other.
But they really be listening. So like sometimes when he regurgitate things like that to me, and it really brings it full circle to me that you really can't quit at anything because and he realized like he was getting better. Yeah. Like as I'm throwing him all these pitches, he realized he was getting better. Yeah. Because his swing was getting good. So a few of them he was hitting. He was just, they was foul balls. He was hitting them backwards and stuff like that. But he was getting contact on them. But he was swinging really good. Yeah. So he started realizing like, I'm getting better as we keep doing this. And I'm not quitting. Then he said it to me in the car. Yeah,
that's beautiful. How does it feel as a pops? I gotta ask. How's it feel as a pops? Like obviously you want your son to play ball like you play ball. Yeah, but he found his whole different sport. Did it at first be like, dang, you don't like basketball?
Yeah, at first. So and this is for all parents, yo. This is more advice for all parents, yo. You can't be trying to live through your kids. You can't be trying to live through your kids. Like, so my son, he started playing like I do put him in football and basketball, like these little 6-week training sessions and stuff like that. And I'm watching like these dads, like I'm not gonna say the league, but we was in this league in Syracuse, right? And my son got on his team. They practiced. They had one practice.
Yeah.
They had one practice, and these is 5-year-old kids. They had one practice.
Let me remind you, these are 5-year-old kids.
Yeah. So we had one practice, and then they gave them uniforms, and we started playing like real games without no practices.
Yeah.
So the kids, obviously, they're 5 and 4. They're just starting to learn the game. They're running full court games, traveling, you know, running around, like basically tackling each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's not really learning anything. So, but the parents in the crowd, they're screaming like this the league. Like this the league. Like this is high school or like this the league, you know? So, but I could see them, certain dads pulling their sons to the side, like yelling at them in like a violent way. Like, I mean, I seen one dude like shake his kid. I'm like, yo, you really can't live through your kids, because and if it gives you that energy, like they're trying to live through them,
because
make them
they would
like, what if your son doesn't even like ball?
Exactly.
So like me, I've learned that. I started putting him in sports, but I'm like, yo, I want him to have his own path in life, because I don't want him to be. I really realistically don't want my son to be me. Like even who I am today, I don't want him to really be me or be who I was growing up. I want him to be his own person. I want him to be his own path. He ain't even gotta play sports. Yeah. Like I'm a sports guy. Like I played football, basketball. I played a little college football. You know what I mean? But he don't gotta do that. You know, he can. I'm saying he don't even gotta invest in. Well, I want him to invest in real estate because it's a part of a wealth play. Yeah. But
that's a legacy.
That's So, but he don't really got to be a full-time real estate investor, nothing like that. He could start his own business doing something else that he like. You know what I mean? As long as he get to a successful thing, and he's doing what he likes to do. That's all I really care about.
I love that. But that's like, I don't have kids, so I can't really speak yet. But I do want to say that's how your son learns to grow and understand and love life, because he doesn't have an expectation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you said, as that kid was playing basketball and probably tackled somebody and the pops pulled him to the side and shook him. Now he has expectation to be perfect.
Yep.
And the expectation growing up as a kid, I know for myself, especially like the Haitian culture, on top of everybody watching you and also your pops being a pastor, I had expectations where I just wanted to be yo, Rich, we having a party tonight. And I'd be like, I can stay till like 10. I can stay till like 10 p.m. Gotta go home though. No sleepovers. It's clipped. But like I had expectations, and I had an amazing childhood. I'll never talk down on my childhood. My pops, my mom's provided everything for me. But I know there was times where I didn't get to experience things or learn on my own because I had so many expectations for myself because of they were placed on me.
Yeah, I can feel that though, because I kind of had like a little bit of expectations when I was younger. Yeah, because my aunt, she didn't want me to be what the neighborhood was like other kids in the neighborhood. Yeah, so she kind of locked me down a little bit as much as she could, but she also, as I got a little older, she started like realizing. That's why I am the way I am with my son a little bit, because she never like verbally said this to me, but I think she started realizing like I'm gonna be who I am. I mean, so that's like you said, any kid, I think they should like you literally should not let your kids have a expectation of who you want them to be. Yeah. Like you shouldn't have a kid be like, yo, you going to Harvard. Like that might not be realistic. 10, 20 years from now, 18 years from now, you know, like after COVID, I mean, a lot of that stuff don't really matter, like going to Harvard. I mean,
School
so
don't even matter as much.
Yeah. So crazy. I mean, you can't really put what you want on your kids. Yeah. You know, so
another topic I want to like get some knowledge from you is, how do you find balance?
Schedule. I talk about this all the time to people. Like my schedule literally is plotted out each day, each week. It's literally plotted out. Like if you look at my Apple calendar, I literally have things just plotted out how I'm gonna do things. Yeah. You know, that's why when we were talking about doing this, like I think I hit you like 2 weeks before.
Yo,
and I was like,
you know what I mean? And the schedule of the day, he said, this is where I'm at in the day. And I said, all right, perfect, cool.
Yeah, I already got everything scheduled out. You know what I mean? So that's really what it is, just scheduling. I schedule it. Me and my wife calendars is linked together. She know what I'm doing, and whenever she got stuff going on, I know what she doing. anytime there's something going on for my son, she know I forget things.
Yeah.
So she'll put it in the calendar. Like all that stuff is in the calendar. So schedule is like huge for me.
That's beautiful love. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. That's
Yeah,
beautiful love. It just once it comes with balance and it comes with like scheduling, I don't know.
And
to
understanding.
me,
And understanding.
Exactly.
And understanding.
When it comes
once you
to
got that.
all that stuff, and it comes like for me, like I have OCD in a lot of things I do.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there, a schedule by itself, it just
Yeah.
sounds like, oh my god, like that
Yeah.
sounds perfect. I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah, and I got a little OCD too. Like I need stuff a certain way.
Yeah.
I need people to tell me like if we're gonna do something, like if I'm doing something with you, I need to be on time and I need to be scheduled like around what I'm doing.
Yes.
Because you got to tell me what's going on. We got to
Yeah.
be communicate. You know, so
Respectfully.
I really need it. I really need you to communicate with me because
No, facts.
yeah, I mean,
And some people just don't understand it. And I'm just like, dogs, I can't even do this with you because I asked you about this like a month ago. and
Yeah,
Now
yep.
it's tomorrow and you want it. No.
yeah,
I'm tapped out.
yeah.
I'm not like that. Go on the mic. Go on the mic. Elaborate. Stretch.
Stretch got something to say.
Oh, I already know what he's about to talk about. Oh, okay. You have every right to say it. You have every right. You have
Then
every
I
right.
don't, then I don't have to say anything.
No. You can elaborate. It's the podcast. Go on it.
So recently, let me hit this record button first.
Respectfully.
So recently,
Yeah.
Rich hits me up 2 weeks in advance. He's like, "Yo,
So
bro."
it started off well.
Started off perfect.
Okay.
2 weeks in advance. He's
Yeah.
like, "Yo, bro, there's an event down in the city. You know, I want to go to it. I want you to come with me.
Yeah.
And then I gotta do some loft interviews.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that while we down there." So I'm like, "All right, perfect. That's perfect." You know, 2 weeks in advance. I'm like, "What weekend?" He's like, "Yep, it's this weekend. We're gonna get an Airbnb. We're gonna do whatever we gotta do, set it up." So I'm like, "Yo, perfect. You know, it's a pay week." I'm like, "Yeah, we could do that 100%, bro.
Yeah.
I got you." So it's locked in, mind you. What did I say, Ed? 2 weeks in advance. 2 weeks.
But what was
So-
you're not even gonna say it. All right, keep going.
So-
keep going.
Now it's a week in advance. I'm like, "Yo, bro, we still going?" Yeah, we locked in, bro.
No.
for sure. Nah, let me finish the story, Rich. Let me finish the story. So I said, it's a week in advance now. I'm like, "Yo, bro, we still going?" "Yeah, we locked in, blah, blah, blah." Okay, cool. 2 days prior. 2 days prior. Now, let me backtrack a little bit. I want to say 4 days prior, we start looking for the B&Bs.
No. That's not even okay. You can finish your story.
Let me finish the story.
Finish your story. That's not
So-
what happened.
This is what happened. 4 days prior, maybe a week prior, we're looking at the B&Bs, trying to price it out. He's like, "Oh, what's your range?" We get that set. We're looking. We're you know, do we like this place? Do we like this place? Boom. 2 days prior. Yeah, man. You know, I haven't really been liking the B&Bs. I'm trying to find the best deal, so we're not paying that much. You know, I'm trying to go down there and have a good time. Understandable. However, you know, it's just 2 days left. It's just 2 days left. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know what you want to go with, and that's what it's gonna be. He like, "All right, so what's your budget, bro?" I don't care about the budget right now. let's just get us a spot, and then that's what we're gonna go with. He's like, "All right, bet I'm gonna get back to you." Next day, "Yo, bro, so what's up?" "Oh, I found one. Perfect. What is it?" "It's only $100 a night." "Perfect. Lock it in." "All right, bet." Next day, "Yeah, bro. So, we still going or?" I said, "Bro, what are you talking about?"
All right, now it's my turn because this is crazy.
No. Let me finish the story.
crazy.
Let me finish the story.
Let me.
No,
All right, go
let me
ahead.
finish the story.
Go ahead. Just know we are having a discussion.
It's the day of.
yeah.
He like, no. I hit him. I'm like, "Yo, bro, we still going?" He like, "Yo, bro, yeah, where we staying at?" I said,
Not
"Wait."
even close.
I said, "What? I thought you got the B&B." He said, "Nah, bro. You know, I'm still looking for the better price." I'm like, "Rich, It's the day of.
I'm weak.
We supposed to go in a couple
All
hours.
right, now
man.
this is my turn because this was crazy. This was defamation. This was wild. So true. 2 weeks out, contact my best friend. Say, yo, Stretch, I want you to come out with me because not only is Stretch a great guy, he knows how to run a lot of things, and you know what I'm saying. I like to go on trips with my best friend. Word.
Mm-hmm.
And I got invited to an event that I could have went to, but the reason I truly wanted to go was not for the event, was for the podcast because I love podcasting and I have a lot of podcasts that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
The people that I've contacted for the podcast were iffy about the date. So I'm not locking nothing in unless they lock it in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all it was. I'm not paying for nothing unless yo, I'm coming. And it's not just business folks, because there was business folks I was interviewing, but there are artists, and artists are the most flip-floppy people I know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting for them to lock it in. The day that they did lock it in was the day before. So that's when I said, yo, I found something. I sent it to him. Stretch says, I like it. Cool, valid. Then one dude says to me, yo, bro, I got a crazy pimple. See, I'm lying. One dude says to me, I got a crazy pimple, and are you still coming? So I'm just like, I really want to do that episode. I'm really making this trip for you because I really want to talk to you. You're probably going to see him on this season this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't got to do this. Like, once it feels forced, like I've been asking I had 5 episodes to do, 5 different people.
Mm-hmm.
Once it feels forced and I'm contacting everybody and everybody has a story, I was just like, I know on Stretch's side, it probably looks like this dog, but he knows me as a person. Like, you know me as a person. That's not normal. So this is crazy. But anyways, I was like on the artistry side and going back and forth, like, yo, y'all free? They're like, yeah, what time? I'm just like, all right, this time. They'd be like, hold on, let me check with. And I'm just like, you know what, man? Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Because on top of booking the hotel room, also got to book the pier space. Mm-hmm. And the pier space runs for a certain time. Mm-hmm. So if we book the pier space from 4 to 6 and the artist wants to come at 6, I got to pay extra money. Mm-hmm. And if I got the nice Airbnb that's expensive, it's expensive. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it. So I'm a cheap guy anyways. So I don't know. It was just so many plays to it. And it just got messy. I'm sorry, brother. I strung you wrong for the ride.
I mean, Sonny, he got a good backup story for you.
But Stretch knew that. He just didn't like it.
He just didn't like it. Just didn't like it. I mean, I'm the same way. I'd have been like, yo, what's good with this man? What's good with this man right now? I'm like, yo, I'm not even going anywhere with this guy.
Because my whole thing was, all right, forget them then. We gonna go down there and have fun.
Mm-mm.
Oh, got you.
I wasn't wasting the bread.
That's how I seen it. I was like, okay, we had this event to go to, and then the interviews were going to be the next day.
Still, that was the main reason we were going. Don't even try to change it.
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to, so you understand where my thing.
Okay.
So the interviews were the next day. So my whole thing is like, okay, we could still go down there, have fun at this event that we were invited to, and then just leave. Mm-hmm. Versus staying the whole extra day for the interviews.
Yeah.
So time wouldn't have been wasted.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
I wasn't too excited. I was more excited for that.
He more like me though, because I would have did the same thing though. I would have canceled the whole thing because if I can't go down there without I was supposed to, the extra stuff too I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't really trying to go down there. But you like my man Tana. Tana would have been like, yeah, we still down there. We still out there. We about to go do something.
The only reason why I was so animate on it is because we're here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense though.
Yeah.
Scenery, something new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was Long Island, to be more specific, and I've never been to Long Island before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not too sure if you ever.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So. You know what I'm saying? I was excited. I'm like,
I know from his perspective. I'm a perspective guy. I always look at other people's perspective. So I know from his perspective, he was super annoyed with me. Like I was FaceTiming him. I'm a FaceTimer.
Yeah.
I want to see a true emotion. This man Stretch doesn't even want to talk to me. Like week of, he's like, yo, Rich, what are we doing, bro? I'm just like, yo, bro, I'm trying to figure it out. But once we know, we don't know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Yeah, I feel you though.
But it all makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah? You gotta say it in the mic. People just looking at me.
Nah.
Yeah, man. You living. We move forward, man.
Yeah.
Wait, now you gotta say it to me. Have I ever done something like that?
Nah, never.
Okay, cool. That's all it is.
But the
Yeah.
thing is, though, it goes back to what you were just saying about Ed with expectations.
Yeah.
You've never done it.
True. So it had to make sense on my side. There had to be a different perspective.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting it to go that way.
It was mad floppy. It was mad floppy.
Yeah.
Nah, if it wasn't my best friend, I probably would have lost a business deal. Do it the way I did.
Yeah.
But word, expectations. Growing up, had so many of them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Haitian, already that's like everything.
Yeah. Yo, I'm just getting into the Caribbean, like that, like what people they expect the kids and stuff to do.
Oh my
I'm just
gosh.
because my family, my grandmother, my family on my mom's side, they're Bahamian.
Mm-hmm.
So like my grandmother, like she's like first generation. What she moved here,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom would be her first generation. My mom and her brothers and sister
Yeah.
would be first generation like Americans here.
Yeah.
So I just recently, like in the last few years, started like kind of tapping into my Bahamian side or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and started looking at like the culture and all that. And I'm just now starting to see like, yo, Caribbean culture is like
Crazy.
like what they expect like from the kids and and what they expect education wise and certain things, like the things they
Wow.
expect their family, how their family to be is like different than what like American. You kind of, like you get those American parents that expect their kids to do certain stuff,
Yeah.
but not on the level of like. That's why they come over here and they have such good success.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they have some type of like different type of hustle.
Yeah.
Like they look at things different. Yeah.
I know for myself and for my brothers as well, and for my family in general, especially because a lot of my family came straight from Haiti and went straight to school not knowing no English.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my
which is
cousins.
crazy. Which is crazy.
They came straight from Haiti and just entered school because my pops helped everybody get their green card. Shout out to my pops because he did a lot of that for a lot of people. So
That's
many
fire.
people.
Yeah.
And he still does that. So like, shout out to my dad for that. But they came straight from Haiti, literally knew no English. I don't really speak English when I'm home. I speak Creole all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was talking to them in Creole, like, yo, y'all ready for school? They're just like, nah, like, we haven't even seen snow before. We're just realizing, like, there's snow on the floor. I'm just getting used to that, and I have to go to school and learn English.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, this is insane. And now if you speak to my cousins,
Mm-hmm.
you would think they
lived here,
born
forever.
and raised here.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy.
They're so intelligent because of the expectation of, yo, if you go to America,
yeah, you got to turn up.
you have to, like, you're gonna come back. Like that's like the threat. Like, like, yo, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in school, you're coming back.
Yeah.
So like all my cousins, they're all like sisters to me.
Yeah, that's
brilliant.
That's the positive that of like a foreigner coming over here. I've like here in Utica, you guys know like the foreigners come over here and they do pretty decent.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, especially in this town because they love refugees.
Yeah.
So like that, like I had this conversation with somebody who's another Caribbean person. Like we're talking about like our heritage and background. I'm telling them like, yo, I'm just starting to like tap in, start learning about kind of some of my heritage on that side because I got a pretty good hold on my dad's side.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my family have done the ancestry, so I kind of know like we rooted from slaves and all that. I kind of know where all that came from.
Yeah.
But on like my mom's side, I really didn't know much at all. You know what I mean? So I'm having this conversation with them, and they're like, like Black Americans are lazy, and I think it's just the mindset of America and the things they put around like Black Americans born here. It's just that like you get enabled by certain things.
Yeah.
You get enabled by like TV and the things around you get enabled like, oh, this is all I have, and there's no other type of motivation.
Yeah.
There's no other things they put in front of you. But if you come over here from like your family came from Haiti, they like got their back against the wall.
Respectfully.
They got their back against the wall, and it's like they come from like nothing. That's like somebody moving from Utica and going to like Cali, and like it's like a new place, and you gotta hustle different.
First personality question, especially because it's from a man that I feel like that's figured it out a lot. I have to ask you this one. What's a question in your life that's still unanswered?
That's a good question. A question in my life that's still unanswered. I mean, there's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions probably I could say in my life that still are unanswered. Like in real estate, how do you keep leveling up? Like how do you keep leveling up in certain points in your life? Like like you see different dudes on the internet, like say like a Grant Cardone, or he's a big commercial real estate investor. Dudes like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, even Kanye West. Like you see how these dudes keep, Michael Jordan, LeBron. Like you see these dudes keep leveling up. Like what is in them
That just
keeps them going? Like they keep getting wins.
Yeah.
They keep getting like me and you. We'll look at stuff that we're doing and be like, okay, W.
Yeah.
Let's just keep going. But these dudes, W's is like
a W, then the bigger W,
yeah,
then
W,
a bigger
yeah,
W.
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
So that's like a question I have. Like, how do I get there to where my W's are like even like a blip of what theirs is? Because like a blip of what theirs is like they're like billionaires, or billionaires are like almost billionaires, and how do I get like a smidgen of what they got?
Yeah.
So I can like get on the cusp of like, being where they are, like
No, that's
even
real.
I mean, so that's one question I have is like what in them, what it factor, what piece of information do they have that I don't have that I can get to where they are? I'm having my own little small wins.
Yeah.
Like some people look at what I'm doing and be like, oh, he got some big wins, but they're not that big to me.
Yeah.
They're not that big to me. They're very small, and I feel like I'm just making like little inches of headway. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing that I say, like what do they have that I don't have? It's just all information too.
Respect.
Like making more money and having more success is all like information.
Yeah.
It's like what information can I get from somebody who's like them or that they have that I can get to where they are, or like even get to like even a smidgen of where they are. You know.
Another question for you is: would you rather a week of sunny days or warm nights?
A week of sunny days because I enjoy the sun. Like we just were talking about, smiles.
Yeah.
Like the sun is something that it makes my son smile. Like when I think about the sun and I think about brightness, I think about my child, because when he came in this world, like when I think about like when I play back when he came in this world and I watched him come in this world, it's like a flash of light. It was weird. It's like a weird kind of out of body experience. Like you're watching yourself have a child. Like it's I don't know how to really explain it.
Yeah.
But it's like a flash of light. Like in my head when I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's like bright.
Yeah.
It's like a bright feeling. Like
that's
a bright.
Beautiful. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if I could have a week of anything, it'd be a week of sunny days, because that's what I think of when I see my son smile. When I think of my son, it's like, sunny days.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. That was, as a father, you make me want to have a kid.
Nah.
Like I watch my boy stretch being a dad, and we're also like, I'm his best friend, so I get to like hearing stories like this. Like you're being a dad for a much longer time, so like it's just beautiful. I want to have a kid tomorrow. Like,
Nah,
What's
take your time. They're expensive.
I believe that. That's true. That's true. But I'm ready. I'm joking. I'm playing. So, do you have any wise words you want to leave the people with? Oh, what's up?
I got a question. So this is more like a broad question, just for not just myself but viewers. If I were to get into, say, the ATM business or the real estate business, what tips do you have?
Be consistent and first have a plan on exactly what you're gonna do. Don't just jump in there without no information. That's one thing that I didn't mention earlier is I got a ton of information before I did anything. I didn't really have no mentors to get into it. I had maybe a small amount of mentorship because I joined this in Syracuse. They got this real estate investor club. There's a lot of older investors there, so I joined it, but I didn't really get a lot of information from them. I got more information from going on YouTube,
YouTube is a source.
YouTube, and then through YouTube, I started running into rabbit holes of like, entrepreneurship. So then I started running into books, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Ways of a Superior Man. Like I'm running into different books, that changed my mindset. So first thing I would say is first get some education, get some mindset books. Or not even gotta even read them. Like get some mindset, like audio books. Just listen to them. Like it'll change your mindset a little bit. And then second, once you figure out what you want to do, be consistent because it's not gonna be overnight, and it's not gonna be easy. So you got to be. But if you're consistently doing like you got like you with this podcast, I'm pretty sure if you realize once you stay consistent on it, that like.
Get a lot.
It got better.
Yeah.
It got better. So if you stay consistent on it and you never quit and you could get through the tough times, like 2020 was a tough time for my business because of COVID, and then I got tenants that didn't have to pay. And then also at the same time, home prices are going up. At the same time, materials to fix things are going up. So it was kind of a tough time, But the people who the weak ones, they probably don't have property no more, or they're on their way right now. They're probably getting taken, or they jumped out the game at that time. Me, I just powered through it, and I learned things. I learned certain things, and my business is better.
Yeah.
On the other side of it. So if you stay consistent through the ups and the downs, you'll always each step of what you're trying to do, whether it's ATMs, real estate. I mean, no matter what it is, you own a restaurant, I learned that it all translates. You just gotta stay consistent and never quit. But also at the same time, and when you're not quitting, you're learning information because information is the game. That's really it. Like a lot of people think you need money to get in real estate. You don't necessarily need any money. You just need a plan on how you're gonna acquire an asset. Because my first property, I acquired the asset with no money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you got to just information. So that's really it. I mean, so information is really the whole game.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. do you have any wise words you want to leave the folks with? It could be something short. It can be some up to you. Whatever you feel like comes to your head.
Since we were talking about smiling, just be happy. Just be happy. Do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Don't do what makes other people happy. Don't worry about what other people are doing. That came to my mind because sometimes I see on say Facebook, people are letting other people make them act a certain way on Facebook, and it's not, and they look unhappy.
Yeah.
So what I would say is, choose what makes you happy. Just be happy. Live in your greatness. Don't live in anybody else's.
Fire. That's on you, Stretch. If you record at the loft, you got to have some wise words.
Yeah, I got a little something. If you're gonna plan a trip to Long Island,
That was fair. I think that was fair. I'll take it. Cheese and rice. Basically, his is stay consistent. Mine would definitely be my wise words for today is speak to a loved one, because you never know when that clock is up.
That's facts.
And if you're debating if you should talk to that person, that's when you should probably talk to that person the most. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I got one more thing. The shout out to the Loft. Shout out to my man Rich. Shout out to Stretch. Thanks for having me. I follow you guys when you guys had, was you guys Ozzy.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Oz.
And Cody, yeah.
And Cody. I mean, we're following you guys since then. And I like you guys. I like the progression.
Thank you.
And I like all you guys' progression. So
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you being here.
Thank you. I appreciate you for even coming on the show.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for even coming on the show, because everything you do, I see it as a marker of big bro doing it. I'm gonna get there too. So you got people. I don't even know if you know that I look up to you like that. I think I've said it before, but I don't think you know. you grinding like that, you happiness and love and all this, and having your children, like it's beautiful, and keep being a
I just want everybody to win, man.
Yeah.
I just want nobody to win, you know. And I enjoy when you know, I'm not trying to do things to necessarily, you know, make people look at me. You know, I'm doing things for myself. But you know, but it's nice to hear that, you know, it's nice to hear when people are doing great. Like shout out to my cousin Julius.
Great thing.
Because a lot of things that I've done, he's piggybacking and he's doing great.
Yeah.
You know, so like he's like a story where I'm looking at him and he says like similar things to you.
Yeah.
But he's doing great.
Yeah.
So it makes me very proud.
Yeah.
You know, so like to hear that and to see what you see stuff that you're doing like with this podcast and all that, it really makes me happy. That's one thing that makes me happy too. When I see people winning, and they say like, "Yo, I'm looking at you," and then then I look at what they're doing, I'm like, "Oh, but you're doing great."
Yeah.
You know, so you're doing great. So it just makes me happy.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
The ball keeps rolling.
Yeah.
But
I got one more thing, man. One more question to you.
All right.
Can you bring the Cosmo back?
Can I bring the Cosmo back?
I feel like
one day I want to.
The city needs something, man. We don't have no Boys and Girls.
I can't announce this on camera. We got something coming. I can't announce this on camera, but something is coming.
That's all I need to hear.
Something coming. Something big coming.
Love that.
Yeah.
But yeah. This was an amazing conversation. Like I said, I talked to people that inspire me, and you inspire me. So thank you. And yeah, The Loft, season 4.
The Loft.
We're out.
It's only dollars and